Peace, and blessings. Hey, I definitely want to welcome everyone back for another exciting, and I'm talking about exciting, capital E show. And you are here live at the square table where you can get back to your square, only at the square table with me and my friend Mimie. See, I want to say Mimie, but Mimie had an emergency. So this is the reason why I have a special invited guest all the way from the ATL, a good friend of mine. Let me go and bring on the screen and reintroduce who my friend is to y'all. Y'all seen her before. You know what I mean? If you haven't, then you're gonna learn today. Let me bring my friend back on the screen. Peace. How you doing, Queen? Peace
Ready
to
for
you,
the
Queen.
show?
How you doing today?
Good, good. Ready. I'm ready for the show. Ready to
Yes,
co-host.
absolutely. That's right. You look great, and thank you so much for being here. Like you told me previously, this isn't like something you usually do, but for whatever reason, the guys, God's seeing eyes and the universe, this beautiful universe, you did this for me today. And
That's right.
hey, I'm just super grateful. Thank you for going and doing something that's a little outside of your comfort zone today to be here in support of our set management. I really appreciate that, Queen.
Thank you for inviting me. You're welcome.
No, absolutely. And so, we actually have an exciting lineup like always. And actually today's topic is America's addiction to sugar leading to obesity. So this is going to be pretty deep. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be, to some people it might get a little too sensitive. You know what I mean? But again, whatever we say out our mouth, this is just a warning. It's like we're not here to be offensive. No one claims to be an expert on this show. You know what I mean? We're giving our opinions. This is about life experiences and just things that we have seen. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and bring on our first guest. And this brother is actually from my same state, but a different city. So let's bring on our first guest. And man, he's actually an award-winning weightlifter, um, model, etc. I'm really excited to meet him and introduce you to him. What's good, my brother? How you doing today, sir?
What's going on?
How's
What's
everything?
going
How you
on?
doing?
I'm doing very well. How y'all doing?
We're great.
Y'all are great,
Absolutely.
great, man. Yeah, man. Please tell the people where you from, exactly the background of what you do, and how people can support you.
Well, my name is Matt Phipps. I am originally from the Bronx. Still have a lot of family back there, so I'm over there all the time. Currently, I live in Aurora, Illinois. It's right outside of Chicago. A little bit about my background is, as you said, I've competed in 7 bodybuilding competitions for men's physique. I was the 2021 MPC Fox City Showdown Masters champion. All my other shows I've placed in, I've competed nationally. I've also judged 5 shows as well. So not only in the competitor side, but also in the judging side. On top of that, and then as you also stated, currently I'm modeling. I am signed with Atelier. I just shot background for an episode of The Shy a couple weeks ago. And I also just shot a commercial for UW Credit Union in Milwaukee. That was a lot of fun, dressing up in full football pads. So we should be seeing that commercial here soon during football season. So
Cool.
yeah, just so got a lot of exciting things going on right now.
Man, that all sounds real dope, man. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Hey, I'm just proud of you, man, and I'm very grateful
Thank you.
that you took your time today out of your super busy schedule. You could have been filming a commercial right now, but instead you chose to be on the square table. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that.
Yes, I appreciate you having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, definitely. It's time. Everything happens on God's speed. It's just that time for us to network. So I'm glad that the Most High brought us together at this time. You know what I mean? Appreciate you,
Agreed.
brother. Yeah,
Likewise,
man. With that
likewise.
being, yeah, man, you definitely got my support. So let's bring on our next guest, if you don't mind, Lady Joe.
Not at all.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and bring on our next guest. and she actually is coming all the way from Houston, and she actually took an exclusive plane just to be here today. So I want to go ahead and introduce you all to our next guest, and so she'll be popping in any second now. So while that's happening,
Oh, and if anybody's wondering, you can follow me on IG at Yearn with Phipps, YEARNWITHPHIPPS, Yearn with Phipps.
Got that?
oh yeah,
Yearn with Phipps.
yeah,
Yearn.
absolutely, absolutely.
And the
So
Bronx.
while we're waiting on, I'm sorry, go ahead, Lady Joe.
No, I said Phipps, yearning from Phipps from the Bronx.
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. So where do you live now currently?
So currently, I live in Aurora. It's it's
Okay.
uh it's about, I could get to like the United Center. It'd probably take me like 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never been up that way yet. Not yet.
There
And
is some beautiful places out here. There's just so, like, the entire country as a whole. There's just so many places to visit. This past year, couple years, I've been doing a lot of traveling to a lot of cities I would have never really thought of to go to, through, through modeling, through judging competitions, competing. I've competed in Pittsburgh, St. Louis. Um, I competed in Skokie, Illinois.
oh wow.
And Skokie is funny. They have like a fake leaning tower of pizza.
Oh really?
Yeah,
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 it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So yeah, you just, you go to these small towns or these other cities and states you never really envisioned to go to, and you just discover the things about them, the nightlife, the landmarks, and there's just so much in this country to see.
yeah, absolutely. And
What
so
we
I just
don't
got a message from. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, what we don't want to see is that addiction to sugar leading to obesity. That's
Yeah,
what we
yeah,
don't want
just
to
like that.
see.
We gonna jump right into that real quick. But in the meantime, I just got a message from Andrea, Fuzzy Lynn, and she said that she's having where she's at, she has really bad reception, so she'll be popping in
No.
soon. But until
Oh,
then,
yes.
well, here she
there she
goes.
go.
Right here.
My apologies. My apologies. I'm at a place that is bad reception, and they don't have Wi-Fi.
Oh
Oh,
no.
okay, no problem. So basically, what we're doing is, if you could, please remind them where you from, where you reside at, what you represent, what's your business, how they can support you.
Okay, I can go now.
Yeah, she wasn't exaggerating.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. So I'm in an alley right now on the south side of Chicago.
Uh-oh.
But
Be safe. Be safe.
I'm
For
safe,
real, for
baby.
real.
I stay
You got
strapped.
some
Don't worry.
bodyguards?
Yes, I do.
That's another
Always.
place in this beautiful
Um,
country.
I
Yes.
currently live in Houston. I live.
Okay.
I've been living in Houston for about a year, almost a year and a half. I have one son. He's 25. He goes to college, at Wilberforce in Ohio. I am from Chicago. I went to SIU. I'm a Saluki, Southern Illinois University, Carbondale. I really haven't lived in Chicago for more than a few years since I was 17. I've moved around a little bit. I've lived in Charlotte, DC, Miami, and now Houston, and
Nice.
I do travel the world. I am also fuzzy. That's my umbrella brand. I work in hospitality. I'm an entrepreneur. And then I have a brand called Eat Your Veggies, bitch, and another brand called Fuck That Job. So I promote health and wellness, and I also promote.
Nice.
Now,
No, I
mind
love
you,
it. I love it.
when I say fuck that job, I don't mean don't work. I don't mean not have a job. What I'm saying is that when they fire you from that job or you leave that job, you still have to hustle. So you
Yes.
still have to have something going for yourself. You have to follow your passion. So that's what I do every day. I wake up and follow my passion. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and in reference to F that job, you know what I mean? You don't spell it the normal way. Remind them how you spell
Right.
F that
So
job.
I spell it FCK. You know,
Right.
not FU, but FCK. So
Yeah.
FCK. And then you can go to my website, fckthatjobbrand.com.
Yep. In that order.
Yes.
Yep. So is there any other ways that maybe they can support any projects, anything upcoming that you may be doing or working on?
Well, so I am about to release my Eat Your Veggies Veg cookbook. It is a vegetarian cookbook. It's not a vegan cookbook
Mm.
because vegans, they are mean, and and I like butter. So uh, I am releasing the cookbook. My birthday is October 9th, so I'm gonna release it sometime in October. I'm not exactly sure, but it's a
Right.
project that I've been sitting on for a while. So I'm really excited to release it. Because I do cook. I do not want to cater. I do not want to open a restaurant, but I cook every day. I be cooking. It just makes me happy.
Nice.
Okay.
It makes
Okay.
me
I love
happy.
it. I love
Don't you litter? Don't.
it. Hey, so I appreciate that, and hey, highly recommend y'all support Andrea. So with that being said, let me go ahead and thank you for sharing that too. Thank you, Queen. So let's go to Lady Joe. Please remind them, how they can support you
Okay.
and why you're here today.
I'm here today as a favor for my favorite friend, yes, but also to enjoy your show and be a part of it, which is great. I see that. And I will tune in more often. But I'm Lady Joe. My real name is Georgie Renz, and I own Lady Joe Entertainment, which I put on. I put on concerts. I put on events. I put on shows all over this country, and I'm looking to do some out of the country as well. My last show, I love intimate shows with R&B, jazz, any blues, you name it. My last show was in June, June 8th, and it was my first time visiting Lexington, Kentucky. Uh, like you said, you wanted to travel and go to places that we've never been before. Well, the day before my show was the first time I've ever stepped foot in the state of Kentucky, less known Lexington. And the day of my show was the first time that I ever stepped foot in my venue, and it was sold out. So that's what I love to do. I love to challenge myself, go to different places in this beautiful country of ours and sell it out. So to support me, just keep looking at my Facebook, see all the other places that I go to. I'm always invited to movie premieres, TV premieres. I like to give my opinion on these movie premieres and let you know if it's a go or a no. Um, I'm just out there doing my thing. I have two sons. One lives in Hawaii. The other one graduated from college, and 7 days later, he was off to Greenville, South Carolina, working for Lockheed Martin. Doing something with the F-16 fighter jets. I wouldn't know what. So that's me, Lady Joe Entertainment. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Lady Joe ENT, and you can look at me. Let's see. I think I just started TikTok. I'm not that savvy when it comes to social media at all. So I was proud of myself for getting on here, wasn't I?
Hey, you're doing good. You're doing great. I'm so proud of you.
I'm on. That's all I know. I don't have to turn it off, but I'm on. So yes, I want to dig into that our topic about America addiction to sugar because I believe sugar is in everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I believe it's in moderation as well. I mean, sugar is in our vegetables, sugar is in our bread, sugar is in yogurt. Sugar, name something sugar isn't in.
Right.
And
And
so,
before you hold that thought, please hold that thought. First, let me respond by saying thank you so much for, again, being on the show today, for your good friend. The feelings is mutual. What I'm saying, I love you though. And man, I just really appreciate you. But first, let me also shout out the guest that's not here today. Unfortunately, Hold on. Someone just popped on the screen, so let me
Oh,
find out
good.
who this. Oh, well, no. Someone that's on the screen don't supposed to be in the chat. It says
There we go.
Michael Gay.
Yes, I know him.
Yeah, yeah.
He has
So
his own uh, talk show as well.
okay, yeah. So this part is actually private. This is only for us. So they're not
Oh,
allowed. So he won't. I won't be clicking on his what you call it to bring him in. But he
gotcha.
can hear us though, so he'll able to hear the show. But with that being said, let me again shout out our other guest. I thought that might have been her. I didn't know. Benji, um Yahweh Lynn. And I want to shout her out. I'm sorry, it's Benji Lynn Yahweh. She's not here today. She obviously had an emergency because she was also excited about this show. She has a new movie called Ain't Grown Yet, that you'll be able to find on Tubi and other outlets. So please continue to support everyone that's here along with her, despite she's not present at the moment. And just you can follow her at the Real Benji. Now, with that being said, real quick, let me tell you just a little bit about myself. Please hold that thought, Lady Joe, because you started off really great about the sugar. You know,
That's
so
all
I
I'm
hate to.
saying.
Oh, no, you got more. You got more. So yeah, my name is Michael. Real name Michael Callahan II. Um, and I go by I said it. I said it management. I said it management was born in 2016. You know what I mean? I said it management. I'm not gonna talk too much about it. We're already 40 minutes into the program and we haven't even talked about the topic yet. But all I ask is that I said it management. You can find me on YouTube, and if you just look up I said it, just type in one word I said it. I pretty much, Google shows me love, so I pretty much come up on anybody's smart device. Now, with that being said, subscribe and share this video if you're seeing this video right now, because we have a really deep topic that we're about to talk about in reference to what Lady Joe was just saying. So, when it comes to America's addiction to sugar, which can lead to obesity, Lady Joe, if you could repeat what you had said, please, before I was so rude and cut you off, and what that topic means to you today. And then we're going to go around the room.
Okay. So I believe that basically most of our foods have sugar, and
Yes.
we can't escape that. Um, Moderation is my favorite word. You do things in moderation because we cannot, vegetables have sugar, bread has sugar, pasta has sugar, fruits have sugar. You can't escape it. So, with that said, I believe in the obesity in this country is the people are being addicted because to me, they're not craving it. They're craving something else that they need, and that's a comfort food. Because whatever, I mean, if they eat too many vegetables, what is that? Is that obesity? Because it has sugar in it as well. So what
Yeah.
I'm looking at is it's a comfort uh, food, and whatever's going on in people's lives, that's what they're running to, and that's where the obesity. This is my opinion. The obesity is coming from, because we can't
Mm-hmm.
say that. I mean, because everything I know, I'm addicted to sugar, but I do it in moderation. I mean, I can eat a whole box of donuts in one sitting, but I'm not obese. So then, I guess the next week I won't. So it's in moderation, or that's all I'll eat that day. But that's my opinion, that the sugar is a comfort food, and me myself, I eat a lot of sugar. I mean, I drink a lot of sugar, I eat a lot of sugar, and I know that's wrong, but I don't have high blood pressure. I mean, the only pill that I take a day is a Zyrtec, and that's allergies. So I
Right.
kind of like, yeah. So that's why I'm looking at it as in my version of it, because I am addicted to sugar. I mean, I have to have sugar with my coffee, but it's really coffee with my sugar. And I have the vanilla creamer, and that's every morning. And donut, whatever is there, I'm eating. So I believe it's just that one word, in moderation.
Right. No, very, very well said and great advice. You know what I mean? You can never do, sometimes as a country, we do too much. You know what I mean? that's like a saying, like just you're just doing too much out here, you know what I mean? So to be reminding people that we should be doing things in moderation, limit it, put a ceiling to things, you know what I mean, put a expiration date, you know what I'm saying, a number on the things that you digest and put into your body or whatever like that is always a good thing. You know what I mean? You can't overdo anything. If you do, it can lead to different levels of, you know what I mean, stress. It can lead to depression. It can lead to physical problems, health problems, you know what I'm saying? It can turn from cramping to a tear with ligaments and stuff like that, which I'm sure Matt can tell us a whole lot more about than me. I'm just talking. But you know what I mean? This is just what comes to my mind, never scripted. But this is what I think about, when I say this topic though, America's addiction to sugar, which can lead to obesity. And later I'm actually gonna share a picture that's um is very deep and is real sad, but it can happen to anybody. But before we share that picture about obesity, this just basically, I think Lady Joe said enough on behalf of both of us. I just want to keep it moving so we can get on with the program so everyone can
Okay.
have an opinion because you all are that's the reason why you're here today, because you all are great at what you do, and I felt like you all would make great guests and with opinion on this particular topic. So the end of my advice is for now, hey, don't do too much. Like she said, sugars and everything, even pop. You know what I mean? I grew up as a athlete. You know what I mean? I ran track and cross country 4 years, and during the season, we weren't allowed to drink pop. We had to put the pop down because that would really mess you up. You would cramp up, and it just wouldn't be a good thing. So with that said, let me go ahead and because it's always ladies first too, by the way. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring Andrea back on the screen. Andrea Fuzzy Lynn, to be exact, back on the screen, please. And so she can share if she has perception right now. We'll see in a second. But and so we can see what that means to her, the topic of the day. But if she's not able to come in, let me go ahead and pass the mic to Matt. And please, Matt, could you please tell us what today's topic means to you when you hear this? Because I mean, it's real
Oh,
deep, man.
it is real deep, and it's unfortunate. I do agree with a lot of what Lady Joe said that sugar is in almost everything we ingest at this point in our lifetime. Unfortunately, I believe a lot of it has to do too with society, and like we're all busy. We're busy all the time. We're on the go. We're always on the hustle. You don't always have time to prep and cook your meals properly. So then a lot of times you stop, you get fast food, you get those donuts, you get those things that are just gonna fill you up in the meantime, but they're not really providing your body with the nutrients that you really need for it to function at its highest peak. So I would definitely recommend wholeheartedly all the time is to meal prep. Meal prep should be your best friend to avoid becoming obese. Another thing would be out of sight, out of mind. If you know you shouldn't be eating it, you shouldn't be buying it at the grocery store. Don't bring it home. Don't even tempt yourself. As a bodybuilder, most of the time when I go to the grocery store, I stick to the outside of the grocery store because the
Mm,
outside is going to be your fruits, your vegetables, your natural things. It's going to be your meats, your poultries, things like that. You notice the inside lanes is where you find your cereals, your snack cakes, your donuts, your breads, your pastas, your rices, your chips, all those things that your sodas, those things that you should try to avoid. They're always in the middle of the grocery store, so I try to go the outside of the grocery store when I shop, and I get it. Another thing is cost, price. A lot of the
yeah.
times, it's convenient and cost effective to go get cheaper foods, and usually those cheaper foods are manufactured. They have additives in them, and yeah, they might cost less. They might fill you up, but the side effect of it is going to be they have the sugar, these additives, these high fructose corn syrup, those unnatural ingredients that would really weren't ever meant to really ingest.
Yeah, no, brother, well said. Overstand everything that you said about staying on the outskirts of the grocery store, you know what I mean, and just, on the outer, avoid the inner when it comes to, because hey, it's just not safe there, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
man, I just think that, a lot of people will be able to learn from everything that you shared, what Lady Joe has shared thus far. And I'm hoping that, Andrea, when she gets her reception, I can't wait to hear, what she can add to this topic today. But with that being said, let me go ahead and just, go ahead and share this picture that I'm so anxious to share because it's that deep. And
Mm.
again, this isn't to offend anyone. It's just it's real. This is a real headline, and I got it from Instagram. And this is what's really happening in someone's life right now.
Yeah.
This is someone's reality. There's a lot of people's reality, actually.
Mm. Oh man.
Yep. So, Lady Joe, if you don't, can you see that headline? Could you read that?
33-year-old, 825 pounds.
Wow.
Should I go on?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Metro Detroit woman denied re entry into her apartment, labeled as fired hazard.
Wow.
Mm, that is deep.
That is deep.
That's real deep. So,
Like,
when you see that, Lady Joe, how does that make you feel when you read a headline like that?
Well, uh, I can see both sides to that story, uh, but to label her as a fired hazard. Um, to go on with that article, they're saying that if they, in case of a fire, I'm going to assume that
Yeah.
she wouldn't be able to, they wouldn't be able to help her go through the door or windows or, so that was their, that was the rest of that headline. Is that what that was? Um,
Yeah. And I'm
or
sorry.
was
Let
she
me
doing
add
it too
to.
much? She might start a fire. No, but I believe it probably is. I believe it
Yeah.
probably is the latter that yeah, that they wouldn't be able to help her
yeah.
to escape.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. No. So the more to this story, that is not shared on the headline because I read the article,
Right.
is that first she lives on the eighth floor, which is pretty high up. You know what I mean? If there's a fire and people is trying to be rescued and to get everyone safe, you know what I mean? And I've seen what firemen have to wear. They have a ton of equipment on them. Like they carry like 100 pounds worth of stuff already. So, you know what I mean? It would be just too stressing on firemen, you know what I'm saying? It's just not healthy for them too to be trying to carry someone who weighs to that capacity, out and safely get out themselves. That can lead to a lot of people all getting hurt, trying to save one person, unfortunately. But another part of the backstory actually to this is so she lived on eighth floor. She actually said that her boyfriend unfortunately got killed, and now her mom takes care of her. And after her boyfriend died, she gained 300 pounds. So she's actually been lived in this apartment complex, but during her state of depression, while she was grieving, she gained 300 pounds, and that's when the apartment complex stepped in and said, "Hey, we got to make some changes. We apologize, and you got to go." Because of this, what they said, what she read on Lady Joe saying that it's a fire hazard. So
Wow.
Matt, what's your opinion on that now that you know that information?
It's tragic. Depression is very tough, and obviously it can affect people in many different ways. And for her, she chose to eat her feelings, so to speak. You definitely hope someone like that, or if someone else going through something like this, that they would get help. Because now, not only is she depressed, but she made her situation worse by gaining so much weight. So health wise and even living wise, she's gonna have to figure out those situations, and it's just gonna continue to compile and add to her mental health state that she has now. So the main thing would be to get help when you feel like you need help. and try not to let it get out of control. I know that may be easier said than done sometimes, but yeah, I feel for her, and definitely hope that she can figure it out. Man, and that's tough, especially she could be homeless now. Even that is a very tough situation to be in.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's great a great response to that. You know what I mean, brother. I feel the my it's mutual. You know what I'm saying? Exactly what you said. I feel the same way. I feel real bad for her because how things has escalated in her life to where
Mhm.
it got to this point. But respectfully, if she gained 300 pounds, if you subtract 300 pounds from where it say she weighed 800 and
825, so she was already big.
825, so she was already 525 pounds, which is still
Mhm.
extremely dangerous health wise, you know what I mean? And I understand there's a lot of people that's living around that weight and they're still alive, obviously, but it's only gonna lead to death, unfortunately. A lot of people has passed. And I remember just, what it does is it takes me back to when I was a child. I was reading Jet magazine, and this is the first time I ever heard I didn't know people could be that large, you know what I mean, and still be alive. I read about a white guy that was 1,100 pounds. I read in a Jet magazine when I was a child, and I'm just like, wow, like this is amazing. Like, but he was bedridden. That's all he did, and that's the same thing how she's living. And what an unfortunate life to have to live inside of your bed, and you're not paralyzed. This is self-inflicted, something that you did to yourself, unfortunately, based on depression, based on whatever led to this habit of continuing to gain weight, whether it was medical or just I see a lot of parents sometimes they just give kids whatever they want to eat. And what I'm saying, it's part of being an adult's responsibility all the way around. And what I'm
Yep.
saying, as an adult, what I'm saying, you have to look out for your children's health or whoever you are a guardian over. And
Mhm.
you shouldn't be just force feeding. And sometimes people be like, oh, that's cute. Look how chubby they are. But it's not cute when they grow up. You know what I'm saying? Well, let me take that back when I say not cute. Everybody is beautiful. Let me go back. Let me go
It's
backwards.
not healthy when
Everybody
they
is
grow up.
beautiful. Right. It's not healthy. That's a better choice of word. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
healthy. You know what I mean? But it's real cute when they're a child, and they say, ooh, look how chubby they are, the chubby cheeks and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? But then it can lead to, something like this, a headline that we just saw. So, Lady Joe, with that being said, what comes to your mind?
What came to my mind was when I referred to comfort food,
Yeah.
to go back to the sugar, and with her tragic, what she went through, that was her comfort food. And I believe it was always her comfort food. And just like you said it, her parents, she lives with her mother's. So when she was the 400 pounds or whatever, she got that from home. Then she comes back to her mother, and there's another 300 and something pounds. So I'm listening to Michael saying, that the comfort of her mother probably brought back those childhood memories where her mother fed
Mhm.
her when she wasn't feeling that great, or she was depressed about something, or it could be medical. But she went back to her mother and it just revolved back again. That's what I believe. And like I
Yeah.
said, the comfort food, and that made her comfortable. I wonder sometimes. I mean, I'm thinking. I wonder what's her mother's weight.
That's a great question.
Or
That's a
even
great,
her husband or boyfriend,
Her
what
boyfriend,
his
yeah.
and
what
why was
his
she
way
on the
before he passed away. Yeah,
right? And why was she on the eighth floor? How come she wasn't on the first floor? First floor has those sliding glass doors or whatever. You get what I'm saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
So she was all the way on the eighth floor, correct?
Right.
Why? They wouldn't, because I'm quite sure that they had some vacancies within a period of time for that first floor to be vacant, or someone, moves out of the first floor, and they could have went ahead and allowed her to do that. But there was a more of a reason to me that I think it was more than a fire hazard.
Mm.
Yeah. But with that being said, Lady Joe, I can't even imagine. Like we all know how stressful moving is. I can't imagine having to move at that weight and having to move around and just get
Yes.
replacement and everything like that. It's like you get so comfortable. She's bedridden already, so she probably got so comfortable. Like I'm not leaving this bed. I'm on the eighth floor. This is where I'm going to live at. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going
Yes.
down to no. That's too much. You know what I'm saying, to even move. So for her being evicted and and they forced her to move, man, I can't imagine how stressful that is on her body because she was got used to not having to move.
I think her mother was bringing her her food.
Yeah, right, exactly. Her mom is taking care of her, and just like I say, she's not paralyzed. She's not. This is something that was self-inflicted. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's really sad about it.
Yeah,
And so, yeah,
extremely
go
sad
ahead, man. Go
story.
ahead.
Yeah, when I was 28, I was diagnosed as pre-diabetic. Um,
Mm,
and even though I was even in the gym heavily at that time and thought I was eating good enough, it was a shocker to me that I became pre-diabetic. And but I got with a dietitian. I started researching more of my family's medical history and try to find things because apparently it runs in both of my sides of my family, and things like that. And then just really honed in, listened to the dietitian, and I reversed that. And still now, it's 11 years later. I'm like, I'm never in the danger zone at all. So there's always ways to tackle health problems. And obesity could be completely avoidable, in our country if we don't take the shortcuts and we just eat better, meal prep more, eat the right things, exercise, because it comes down to calories in versus calories out. If you work at a job where you're sitting a lot all the time, you need to find time throughout your day where you get up, you move around. Even if you take a walk for an hour. When I'm in
mm,
bodybuilding mode, I'm not running all out on the treadmill, going crazy. Like usually my cardio is just to walk on incline, the highest level incline, for about an hour and try to keep my heart rate above 120 or 130 if I can. And that's it. All you need is steady state cardio. So just calories in versus calories out, and just some moderate exercise. If you can, every day is better. Uh, and then mix it in with a little bit of strength training a couple days a week. That's all you need. This is completely avoidable. And I just
yeah,
feel for
man.
her.
Yeah, excuse me, brother. I'm glad that you just touched on that because circulation is so important. And I can
Mhm.
tell you how quickly, circulation can go haywire. Me being a person, I'm an interviewer and I've been doing interviews since for a long time now. But in 2022, what was it? Yeah, 2022, no, 21, when I was doing interviews, I was doing a gang of interviews, but I didn't have a limit. Know how Lady Joe said moderation? Man, I threw that out the window. I would just let people talk, talk, talk. And I was doing interviews. It's like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours. I did a 4.5 hour interview with someone.
Wow.
But I was doing all of this back to back to back to back. And what led to I was starting to have circulation problems in my legs. And I went to my doctor to find out what was going on. And they was like, you need to get up and move around more, what I'm saying, because you got to have circulation. Because when you don't get proper circulation, which Matt, you can tell us more about this than I can, without
Yeah.
proper circulation, you tend to cramp up, things just, you got to walk around. Like even when you driving too much, I'm saying, people that do Uber, ride sharing, I'm saying, Lyft, whatever like that. I don't want to leave Lyft out because I said Uber, so I don't say Lyft too. What I'm saying? So they'll
Yeah.
feel and you make feelings, what I'm saying, if they see this. So you know what I mean? But yeah, we gotta all just get up sometime and move around, even those people that do driving. So I say all of
Facts.
this just to say if I was sitting and getting circulation issues from doing back-to-back interviews that led to like maybe 2.5 up to 4 hour interviews a couple of days a week, 4 days a week, I cannot imagine the circulation issues that someone of that size who lays in the bed all day, who's not actually paralyzed,
Mhm.
what type of issues they may have or what type of issues she may have, and then going to the point to where she being evicted and now she's forced to move when they want her to move opposed to when she's ready to move. That's got to be awful. That's got to be crazy.
I'm
So
not gonna lie, I'm kicking my feet now. Circulation. I have to admit I don't exercise, and I know I have to. I know I need to, and
you look
I'm
great
guilty
though.
of that. I'm guilty of the sugar. I mean, you caught me at the right topic. I'm learning a lot from because I really don't. I haven't exercised probably since high school, and when we
Wow.
had to, in the gym, yeah. And everybody
Great
that knows me,
genetics.
yeah, I think that's what it
I
is
know,
because
right?
everybody that knows me knows I don't sweat. I was a softball star, and yeah, show my picture.
I gotta hold this up for a second. Wait a minute, Matt. Is she telling Sid? Because I'm looking at this woman on the right. That's who this is right now talking, y'all. She says she ain't worked out since high school. You got to
Everybody knows
stop
that
saying
though. Everybody. I mean, I wouldn't get on here and lie, and I'm really bad with that, and I know I have to. I'm at the age where
that.
it's like to tone or something. So I know I am so bad. This is the best interview for me because it's making me look at myself and go, just because I'm not obese, that doesn't mean I don't need to do this stuff.
No,
I don't
absolutely.
need to. I need to exercise. I need to cut down my sugar intake. I'm
Yeah.
getting it. Thank you, Michael. Both Michaels. Thank you. I'm going to do better. I truly am. Yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Absolutely.
once we reach the age of 30, that's I believe it's 30. That's when our muscle mass starts decreasing by 1% every year. So then if you're not exercising, obviously you're gonna lose it at a faster pace. That's why a lot of people, when they get in their late 50s and 60s and above, then they have like balance issues, things like that. It's hard. It's hard. It gets harder for them to walk properly, and things like that. So that's why exercise can be so key. It's for me. It's an essential part of my life. I worked out today. I worked out yesterday.
Wow.
More than likely, I'll be working out tomorrow. My daughters, they work out. I had a daughter that plays softball. My middle daughter, she's on the volleyball team right now. My youngest daughter, she was just in karate. But I have a home gym, so a lot of times when I'm down there, she'll come down there with me. She's doing her little push-ups and her air squats for now, because I try not to let her do too much weights. But I do have little 2.5 and 5 pounds that she messes around with here and there. So yeah, this thing should be a core part of life. I remember what president it was, like President Kennedy. He used to have that strict regimen in high school,
Yeah,
and
I have one of those presidential stickers. Well, there was what was it? Some type of award that we got, and it was not a sticker, but some type of badge. I have one of
yep,
them. I was a tomboy, so I
it,
had all that. Yeah.
it used to be kind of more mandatory, and you got to think back in those days. What McDonald's didn't exist till like
Yeah.
1954 or something like that. So people were a lot more fit. And now you can't go more than a mile or 2 miles without seeing a McDonald's everywhere. So
Even that.
it's just discipline to stay focused and try to eat the right things and exercise and move around. Again, if you do anything, my advice to anybody would be take an hour out your day to walk. If you have a dog, that's your excuse to walk already. Like, you should be taking your dog out and walking them. And it's not only helping your dog, and obviously they have to use the restroom, but it's also helping you as well. It's a good thing to do with family members. Just walk around the block, have a conversation. And if you have kids and you do that with them, then they take that with them the rest of their life and instill that in their children as well.
An hour, huh?
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
1 hour.
We actually
An hour.
Moderation.
Yep.
we
Duration, an
pre-
hour walk. You halfway better than most of Americans after that.
we actually have our first comment just came in by someone that's by the name My Soap. It says that's the name of their name. It could
Mm.
be argued that U.S. citizens are facing a form of chemical castration given the hormonal imbalance
Hmm?
disease and cognitive effects linked in high obesity rates.
Yeah, agreed. That's
Yes.
because
Sound
all
like
our
someone
stuff
a doctor
is
over
that's because
there.
all our stuff is super manufactured, has
Mhm.
pesticides in it,
Goodness.
and all these preservatives to make the foods last longer. So I agree with that statement.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And
But
now
yeah,
they're
the
putting it on
influences.
fruits. When they say Bill Gates label all over our fruits that they are very harmful. They're not real. I watched videos about they're growing meat now in laboratories.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So what are
Cloning
we
cloning animals. We get
shooting?
clone meat.
Shooting steroids and
Yeah.
yeah. So they're saying that that there's not enough cows, there's not enough animals to feed us. So that's why they have to make these meats and whatnot, fish. It's not just meats, it's seafood and
Mm-hmm.
meats in the laboratories.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, even when I get fish, I only get wild caught. I never get farm raised. When I get eggs, I try to get uh, grass fed or like what is it, like non pasteurized eggs. Try to get organic as much as possible. It costs a little bit more, but at the end of the day, it's better to spend money on better food than to be spending money on medication and doctor's visits and doctor stays, hospital
Oh yeah,
stays. So
and that's what they want you to do. Spend the money on them. Give them your money. But I was raised with the
Yeah.
brown eggs,
Absolutely.
and
mm-hmm.
I was raised in
Uh-huh.
Pennsylvania, and I do remember when I was a little girl that the milkman would come and bring our milk and put it in this. It was a silver, some type of I don't know, uh, some type of box that was on the porch, and they would come and put the milk in that refrigerated box. Okay. So that was the real food, real fresh. My grandmother had a beautiful garden in the back. So, and
Yep.
then I heard that we can't even go back to that because some restrictions in our government will not allow some people to have a garden without their say so. I read that about a couple places in Florida. They have to approve it.
Or
Wow.
it's just like,
That's amazing.
back in the days you used to go to the butcher to get your meat. There wasn't as many grocery stores. So and then now you see maybe when you went to the butcher, the meat lasted a couple of days. Now you got meat that is lasting like a week, 2 weeks, something like that. It's unfortunate because it's being sprayed with pesticides or preservatives or whatever. But that's where we live, so it's unavoidable. Obviously, I still go to the grocery store. I eat meat, things like that. But again, as I try to get as clean as possible, grass fed, try to avoid fast food and just meal prep to avoid sugar addiction and to avoid becoming obese or put anybody in my immediate family at risk of becoming obese.
Mm.
You have to constantly have that in your mind because it's all around us to take us down. So
Mhm.
I believe you have to constantly have it in your mind.
And it makes you look better, you feel better, your skin looks better. Um, Obviously your body type, you're probably going to the doctor less. Hopefully you're not on any medications. Uh, you keep your youth longer because everybody wants to stay younger longer as much as they can. So these are the
Right.
things you have to do. It comes down to what you put in your body.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I totally agree. Have you ever had the feeling, either one of you all, where you feel like your skin is crawling? After, like, for real. Like, let me get on the screen so y'all can know that I'm serious right now. Look at my eyes, y'all. No, I'm for real though. Like, you ever like eat something and then later you just feel like something, like when I say your skin is crawling, like maybe you look like, is it a bug on me? Like, is something biting me? But then you look. Now, I'm not the only. I know I'm not the only one. Y'all can act like I'm the only one who ever seen this, but I may be. I don't know. But have you ever seen your skin actually move, like it's something underneath your skin?
No,
Oh,
Well, I'm
I
gonna tell you
can't say
what that
that.
is. Well, I'm gonna tell you what that is. Those are parasites. You can have parasites, and they put parasites in foods. That's the basic
Mhm.
organisms. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's no GMO now, because just genetically, modified organisms that they was putting into food, which is like a form of a parasite. You know what I'm saying? So people are living, whether you can feel it or not. We all have parasites inside of us, unless maybe you are a person, like you say, grass fed, only eating green, you know what I'm saying? No meats, no fish, no chicken, no nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like Shaka Khan said, that she don't eat nothing that has eyeballs. You know what I'm saying? If it's got eyeballs, she don't eat it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, you don't eat nothing.
yeah. It's a lot more prevalent. It's a higher percentage of people who do have parasites. I can't remember his name, but is a gentleman. He's a doctor. He posts a lot of videos on YouTube. He has a book called uh, "Medication Through Vegetation."
Mm,
It's like on Amazon. I really love what he says. He was a doctor, and then he ended up like quitting his regular practice, and then he just kind of traveled around the world to study how food is grown abroad. And he lived in like I believe it was like a monk society for a while, and just kind of like watched what they ate and how they grew food and how they like cured diseases and illnesses with just food, with just natural things from the earth. And yeah, he's good. If you Google or go on YouTube and type medication through vegetation, I'm sure his name will pop up. But he definitely has a lot of good insights on great foods and things to eat.
okay, no, thanks for sharing that. I definitely got to look that book up. My soap says, given that over 70% of US adults are obese or overweight. Do you believe this has an impact on modern dating and social interactions? What are your thoughts? And then um, Michael says, to hear Lady Joe on your show is awesome. The topics and conversations is fantastic. Thank you so much, Mr. Gay. Yep. So in reference to the dating um, interactions, it says, do you believe that this has an impact on modern dating or social interactions? What are your thoughts of, the basically the obesity and things of that nature? You can go ahead
Lady
first
Joe,
on that.
Lady Joe, go first.
I'll go first.
You first, lady.
Okay, so I believe that since there is 70%, and I do look at social media a lot, and I do see a lot of obesity, it's starting to become normal. Starting to go to
Yeah,
it's, you know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
that's what
right.
I'm looking at. It's my personal opinion, but it's starting to become a normal. So with that
Yeah.
said, 70%, that tells you something because uh, everybody has somebody to love. And those
True.
70% people do have someone, most of them do have someone to love. So it's a normal thing now. It's becoming normal. I don't
No,
see
no,
them.
absolutely.
I see people, I see the country closing up more department stores than they are food stores like McDonald's and whatnot.
It's true.
No, for real, for real. And the thing is, like you say, it's so normal and bad being so high of a percentage. It's that's the new normal now.
Mhm.
You can just accept that that's what it is. And so now, where it used to be, models had to be a particular size and weight, ideally. Now we have plus size models. They created a new
Mhm.
category because maybe, like you say, it being 70%, you have to majority rules. That's just what it
Yep.
is, majority rules. And so if it's more people that's overweight, then you have to adapt. You have to change the way that things are. You know what I mean? Even the way clothes got bigger and baggier. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And just things. Well, actually now clothes got tighter, but that's another subject. But
Well, baggy
but when
clothes
I
is
was growing
coming
up,
back in style though. Baggy
yeah,
clothes coming back in style now. Yep.
But you know, the steward, what the airlines, you had to be like Twiggy. You had to be very thin,
Mhm.
and now mm-mm, I fly
Well,
all the time.
now though, if you're too big, they'll make you buy the seat, or they'll ask you to get off though.
But I'm
right.
talking about the workers.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
talking about the
Oh,
stewards and
wait.
stewardesses.
Oh,
They got a
okay.
little meat on them now.
I thought you
And
meant
they used to be
passengers.
very, yeah, they used to be very, I know when I like to sit at the window because sometimes I get bumped a lot. And I'm not talking about the cart.
Yeah.
So
Um,
that has changed somewhat as well.
as far as my perspective on the dating, I agree with both of you. Because I don't know if you ever heard this term. It's called relationship weight. It's
Mhm.
always kind of when you're in a relationship. What's the number one thing y'all probably going to do? Y'all
Go
going
out to
out to
eat.
Yeah,
eat.
Yeah.
Yep. When
right.
y'all going on dates. And usually when you go out to eat, you going to get some drinks. You're gonna get that dressing, that whatever it is, the sauces on your food, all that stuff adds extra calories. Just like
Yeah,
Lady Joe said, sugar's in everything. Sugar is in alcohol as well. And eating is just a social thing to do, whether it's with your friends, your family, your better half. It's just a social fun thing to do. So yeah, this term called relationship weight, from when you're in a relationship, you go out to eat because that's what you guys enjoy to do, to go on dates. And then you notice when people break up, that's when they're like, oh, I got to get my revenge body. And now they're all in the gym trying to lose weight to impress the next person.
To get back heavy again.
And then they just repeat the cycle all over again. Yep.
wow. That's deep. That's true, man. And just like it used to be where guys be like, I need a girl with a flat stomach. But now it turned more into like, hey, I want a girl that got a little bit of, jiggle in her stomach. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
Yep.
want no girl that's, saying too thin. Now we looking like, want some handles, something more to grip. And then I just think that again, that become because majority rules. So because you start to see more people like that, that's just what you start to like. You know what I'm saying? If you are from a particular community or a particular part of the world and this is all that you know, and then you come over here, it would look weird. It would look like aliens. You know what I'm saying? So like if people just went to being skinny or really healthy or toned or weightlifters overnight,
Yeah.
everybody be looking like aliens to the to the opposite of what we used to. Let me please share this too. Mr. Gay said, did you know that almost 75% of the items on grocery shelves did not exist 50 years
Preach.
ago? True that. That's
Yep.
Yep.
true, man. Even the medicine and the pharmaceutical,
Yep.
that's all new. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like 10 different Tylenols, 20 different this, 30 different this, like just different brand names.
Right. Don't
Yep.
forget the diet. Diet. They even have diet soda, diet drinks, diet. Uh, I love cranberry juice. I was raised on cranberry juice with my grandmother. Now they got diet cranberry juice. How do they make it diet? I don't understand. By putting chemicals in it, or how do they
And
make
Right.
this diet?
it has was
It's really diet.
aspartame.
And is that good for us?
Nah, not at
There
all.
you go.
Diet soda is probably worse than regular soda.
See,
So
that's my point.
But like Michael said, you know, foreign countries, most of them, all their food is still natural. There's less pesticides in it. Like I've been to Mexico and the food just tastes completely different. Puerto Rico, I went last year. They eat a lot of fried foods. They eat pork. They eat a lot of fried foods, but most of the people in Puerto Rico are skinny. They're thinner because their stuff is more natural. They're walking a lot. They're outside a lot. You know, things like that. Americans are more inside, always sitting down. You know, and then we're eating all the foods that aren't great for us. So yeah, it's way different. Other countries, a lot of foods we have here are banned in a lot of countries.
Yes, they are.
Right. Good point. Good point.
Especially our cereals, all that sugar, all that chemicals. Mm-hmm.
I haven't had cereal in I don't know how long, probably like 15, 20 years. I do not eat cereal.
No.
Well, I'm bad because I got like 15 boxes of cereal because I got a food card. I got EBT right now. So I see a sale on the cereal. It's like, oh, wait a minute, 4 for 10? That's a deal. And then I go home and I'm like, damn, I forgot I already had some Cheerios. I already got my favorite cinnamon toast crunch. So now I got cinnamon toast crunch, I got honey nut. I got freaking Captain Crunch. This is really in my cabinet right now. I'm in my store right now. But I wish I could take. I would show y'all. I'm not even tripping. It's ridiculous. But I have to take your advice, Matt. And I gotta take the cereal out of my diet. So when I finish these 15 boxes, I'm not going back.
Don't even finish them. Sell them. Go ahead, sell them. Take some of your money back.
Right.
I don't eat cereal.
Yeah.
I never liked cereal.
I try to not even. Coffee's like one thing I try to stop drinking, but I always do. But now I do mushroom coffee instead of just regular coffee. I don't do any sugar in it. I haven't done sugar in my coffee for years now. Ever since I was pre-diabetic, I stopped getting sugar in my coffee. I was doing Truvia for a while, but I don't do any of those anymore. Just a little bit of cream. I gotta have a little bit of the flavor. I can't do straight black, but right. Yeah, I do mushroom coffee now. In the morning, I usually eat like eggs with some avocado, or I might just do like some berries with yogurt in my coffee. And then I probably eat cabbage. I eat cabbage a lot. I'll saute cabbage, kind of like cook it like rice or something like that, or I'll eat it raw. Either way with my meats or anything like that. I make this. I take cucumbers and then like peppers, and I cut them up, and then I get like this ginger dressing, and I'll mix it up. And sometimes I'll put meat in it, or sometimes I'll just eat it just like that. It's so good. It's so delicious. And that ginger will help get some of them toxins out. Like I could eat like crap for a couple days, and then I'll eat that ginger salad, and then like the next day I'll wake up and I'm like super shredded, 8-pack popping. So yeah.
I love spinach.
Hey, I'm sorry, Lady Joe. This is for you. This is for you, Lady Joe.
Yes.
On the screen.
Read it for me, please.
Okay, it says.
My glasses. Thank you.
No worries. To Lady Joe, though all are welcome to respond, it is said that fat cells produce and store estrogen. Have you observed an increase in male neuroticism? What did they say? How you pronounce it?
Get it. You got it.
Have I observed? Let me just. All right, now I got my specs on.
I think that's how you pronounce that.
All welcome to respond. All welcome to respond. It says, okay.
Neuroticism, yeah.
It said that fat cells and store estrogen. So already increased now. I'm trying to figure out, have I even experienced, and this is for men that are obese. Is that what I'm reading? Or what?
Yeah, it says that fat cells produce and store estrogen.
Right.
Have you observed an increase in male neurotism?
Yeah.
Tired. I don't know.
I'm, I'm trying to. I never even thought about that. I never. That's a good question. Now I'm going to be observant because I've never. I never observed anything
Can,
like that. And I'm
can I
thinking
try
about
this
the.
one? Can
Mhm.
I try this one? So, being like I said, I have a bodybuilding background.
Right.
So I've also competed, with women, and my coaches have trained women. We'll all go to the competitions together. And one thing that happens to women when they get so lean, and so shredded, and their diet is a certain way, is their menstrual cycle will get irregular. So I've had some female competitors tell me, like, once I competed, it was like a year, maybe longer than that, before I've gotten the menstrual cycle again, because
Oh,
the hormones, they're not feeding their body certain foods anymore, so they're not getting those hormones to produce that their cycle naturally. Sometimes they might even have to go on medication to get it to come back, and things like that. And as far as for the male side, that is why men start to develop the man boobs, and that's because they have too much that's because they have too much estrogen in their system. They get the man boob action going on, or a lot of times, going back to what Michael said about blood flow, it's harder for them to get an erection, or if they do get an erection, their libido gets lower because now their testosterone is lower, so they're not lasting as long when it comes to uh, being sexually intimate with their partner. So all of these things, unfortunately, can affect you in those ways.
never experienced it.
Lily, how you doing, Lily? Appreciate you calling through.
Don't know those compliments, but it's
Yes, neither. I haven't had none of those problems either. Thank you.
it's good to know that. That was a good question. Thank you.
It
That was a good
was
question because
Yeah,
I was like,
great
because
question.
the my I'm a widow, so and I'm going back to my husband's, and I'm like, I've never thought about, never experienced it or anything like that. So yeah, that was a good. I'm going, like I said, my next, I'm gonna check that out first before I get involved. Look at the male
nah,
boobs.
thanks for that.
Yeah,
Thanks for that information, though, Matt. That was
That was
you
good.
said in a way to where it was clear and understandable. Definitely. Let
Yeah.
me also, I'm sorry. Let me just read a couple of these comments that just came in. Michael also says, why are cabbages and many other vegetables not the same size as they were 50 years ago? And I think you touched on that, Matt. Like you say,
Mhm.
how they put in things into the food
pesticides.
and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Right.
Yep.
He says, yes. My soap says, yes. Moodiness, basically, I guess that can change from built up estrogen and things of that nature. Um,
Hmm.
fatty pills. Um, what's up with you, Lily the Goddess out of Florida tuning in? She's actually this is one of my hosts to one of my shows from her point of view talk show checking in. So I appreciate you, Queen. Thank you.
Thank you, thank
And then
Thank you.
Michael says not me. And since we're going to not me neither, you know what
Thank you, Michael.
I'm saying? Straight like that. But yeah, so actually we're at an hour and 9 minutes actually. So fortune, I know we could talk about this all day. We got a like a
you.
really good chemistry. I really appreciate both of you all so much for just being here today. So I'm grateful for everybody that tuned in. Thank you to Mr. Gay, Michael Gay, for your comments, sir. Thank you for my soap. I don't know who my soap is, so I can't say, but whoever it is, thank you so much. You had some great questions and comments as well. Thank you, Lily, for
Definitely.
checking in. Thank you, Andrea. She wasn't able to come back, but Andrea Fuzzy Lynn, she was here and she gave some great commentary as well and shared about today's topic. Let me shout out Mimie, who actually this is the reason why Lady Joe is here today, and I'm grateful for Lady Joe. But I got to shout out my regular hosts. We've been actually doing this program since February of 2022, every single month, based on if it fell on a holiday, we missed maybe a couple of months, like it was like a Thanksgiving or something like that, we might have missed. But other than that, we always here the last Thursday of every month. This is where you can find us at the square table, where you come get back in your square, only at the square table. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, you know what I mean? And basically come get back in your square, come get your mind right, come just talk about things that sometimes are topics that's sensitive and things that sometimes people try to avoid. We really nailed it today, all of us collectively. I'm so proud of both of you all for just everything that you shared. And this is the reason why you were here, especially you, Matt, being one of our guests, because I just knew, I believe that you would add something really great to this topic today.
Thank you.
And so, no, man, thank you, brother. And grateful to network. My soap says I love this topic. Yeah, definitely. Laughing emojis. But yeah, so let me real quick just start with Matt. And this is something that I do on this show ever since. And I'll tell you why. Lately I've been just saying why I do this. So this this show right here in the square table derived because I was in a bad car accident. I was hit by a semi truck January 2022, and it took me all of 2022 to heal to get back into the workforce. But I say that to say that how they say turn a negative to a positive. So what I did was I used that pain, that distress, that depression, everything I was going through, and I created this show, the Square Table. And it initially started because I was just wanted to share my story, and I brought a couple of my friends on that had actually helped me over the phone, just kind of give me advice on how to get through it. And it turned into a show, and now we're here at the Square Table Talk Show. And then every month we just have new topics. And so because of that, I choose every program. I want to tell people, every guest that's on here, including my host, how I feel about them. I just want to continue to empower people, just tell people how much I love them, how much I'm proud of them, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm gonna start with you, Matt. So now that you understand the backstory of what I'm doing and why I'm doing this, you know what I mean? I just want to know, brother, what I'm saying? I've been tuned in with you for a while now through Facebook, through social media, and I see how you been continue to grow, you know what I mean? I'm always proud to see people winning out here, whatever field that you're in, so I just want to see my people win, my people first, everybody else after. But I'm just really glad and just proud of you how, you know what I mean? You just great at what you do, man. And I can tell that you educated and what I'm saying, and you a good guy, you got a good spirit, brother, you know what I'm saying, and what I'm
Thank you.
saying, you had
Likewise.
some good, guardians, parents in your life, people or older people, wise people, and you really took heed and learned a lot, and you still a young man, respectfully, for I'm 44 years old. So you still a young man, you know what I'm saying? I can say that. And man, I'm just like you have so you going we need more people like you, brother. And I just pray that God continue to watch over you, your family, and everyone in your life, and just you continue to be blessed and abundance tenfold, man, because I said it. Now, with that being said, brother, if you could let the people know how they can continue to support you and what I'm saying, briefly, just tell them how they can continue to support you. And if you have any projects coming up, please let the people know.
I appreciate that so much, Michael. I'm happy that you had me on the show. It's definitely a great experience. This is actually my first podcast. I do have another one coming up.
Wow.
They're called The Pod Cave. I met them in Miami when I was at Swim Week. As far as projects coming up, I'm going to be on the cover of Blaze magazine shortly. I'll have a feature in Status Fitness magazine. As I mentioned earlier, if you missed it, I'll be in the UW Credit Union commercial and season 7 of The Shy. And then I'll also be in a couple weeks, I'll be at New York Fashion Week. I actually have a fashion show this Saturday in Peoria. So I'm booked for events all the way in November right now. So just continuing on the grind. Oh, I did an ad campaign for an accessory company called Wooden Element, so I'm waiting for them to drop that as well. So just got a couple things on the horizon. Again, you can follow me on IG at Yearn with Phipps. Yearn originally was my fitness brand when I was heavy on the fitness. And then I just kind of transitioned into modeling. So we'll see. Next year, I'm thinking to wait till I turn 40 before I compete again, because then I could do masters. And I've always competed as a natural athlete. I've never taken any steroids, any type of human growth, any of that type of stuff. So I was just going to wait till I turn 40 next year. Then I could do all the 40 and up competitions and also do the regular open competitions. So we'll see where life takes me. I'm just enjoying the journey right now, going with the flow and just trusting the universe. And I appreciate you and good to meet both of y'all today. Thank you.
Great to meet you. Thank you.
Definitely, brother. Definitely a pleasure, man. I appreciate
It's a
you.
pleasure. And I will definitely follow you. Definitely.
Likewise.
Definitely. Miss Lady Joe, Georgiana. Is it Georgiana?
No, Georgie.
Georgie. Oh, just Georgie. Okay, I'm putting too much extra on it. That's what us
Too
black
much
people do. We
extra.
put the extra sauce. I'm putting the extra sauce to your name for
Georgie
no reason
Borgie.
right now. Right. All right, so Georgie,
Yes,
I'm
dear.
so grateful for you. You know what I'm saying? You really showed out today. You talked about how shy you was and how this is also your first time, and you did such a great job today.
You
I mean,
think?
you did so excellent, and you would not anyone be able to tell that this is your first time on any type of podcast, any type
It's,
of live streaming show. I'm so proud of you. I'm so grateful for you to have you in my life. I thank you for me just showing me support. Sometimes again, it's you get the most support from people that you don't even never even met in person. I've never had the pleasure of meeting neither one of you all in
Facts.
person yet, but forward to the day. But you have done so many amazing things down there in Atlanta. I love anybody that brings people together, what I'm saying? You do it in such a positive way with that big, beautiful smile on your face. You know what I mean? You bringing the legends together and you giving them a great experience. And it's so powerful and so important to highlight our legends because these are some of the people in entertainment that have helped pave the way. And so, what I mean, it's much respect to promoters and coordinators and everyone that does things that you do similar to do shows with like younger people. But it's very important also that we cannot forget about the people that help pave the way for the ones that we hear on the radio on mainstream today. And so you doing an excellent job just doing that and all the other great things that you have accomplished in your life that I haven't even still learned about because I'm still learning more about you. And I look forward to just learning more about you. Like I say, meeting you, coming to Atlanta, having lunch, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? But I want to just tell you that I'm so proud of you. I'm grateful for you. May
thank you.
God bless you and your platform and may your conscience continue to grow to the to the wherever you dream of, you know what I'm saying? I know earlier you gave me a particular number when I asked you what the capacity you want to go to. So I pray that you get there, you know what I'm saying,
Oh,
and
I
may
can
it
get there
continue to be
now.
successful.
I just don't want to
Yup.
get there. Yes, sir.
Okay, that way, that way, you know what I'm saying. But may God continue to watch over you, all your family and friends,
She said
and
it.
and keep you confident. That confidence that you just showing right now, all that confidence, I love it. You know what I'm saying? I can see. I feed off of people like you all, just positive people, and I'm glad that you are here. And we need people like yourself in this entertainment as a leader that you are, and just helping to guide people and to like I say, celebrate the legends and everyone like that. So may God bless you, and may everything that you do continue to grow and be blessed tenfold, and may you get it in much abundance and great prosperity. Thank you so much. I love you.
Love
And
you.
with that being said, please remind the people how they can support you and, you know, the next project that you may or may not be having coming up.
So you can support me, Lady Joe Entertainment, Facebook. My IG is Lady Joe ENT. And if there's anyone out there who can help me with my website, I think they put it on Wix. Like I said earlier, I am not social media savvy and computer savvy and whatnot. So I always need help in that department. So when you see something that's repeated or maybe somebody's upside down, I did that on social media. So my project, well, I had a show in June with Glenn Jones in Lexington, Kentucky. Um, my son is taking me to Portugal in 2 weeks. So I couldn't try to do shows, and we're staying for like I guess 14 days or whatever. He has a uh, private
Mm.
cars taking us to all these different cities and whatever. So
Okay.
I'm not doing a show for the rest of this year because I'm just going to travel and relax. Now, next year, yeah, I'll be starting when I'm in Portugal. Trust me, I'm gonna have my eyes and ears open, and I'll be talking to people like, "Hey, uh, what do you like down here? What kind of show would you love to see from America?" So trust me, I
Right.
will be working wherever I go. I always meet people, and I have the ideas of doing shows there. Like I said, I just want to go ahead and just do them all over the world, places I've never been or places I figure they need a good R&B show that they don't have to look over their back or no guns flying and just old school R&B.
Right.
That's me. I mean, that's you got your good food, your good drink, and my artists like Keith Washington, Karen White, um, Howard Hewitt. I mean, and I have D. Lucas. I mean, for jazz. So I normally do jazz and R&B, but I'm getting ready to go to Southern Soul and some blues. I'm getting ready to do a book signing next year. So I got a lot going next year. That's why I'm resting up this year for the rest of this year. So
Yes, right.
IG, Lady Joe ENT, Facebook, Lady Joe Entertainment. And like I said, I think I did something on TikTok. I don't, it would be Georgie Ratton. I don't know. I just go with the flow. So if you see me on TikTok, I'm on TikTok. And
Okay,
that's it
okay.
this year. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I appreciate that. Definitely, what I mean, very grateful for you both. And I'm not the type to leave anybody out. So despite they are not on the screen, I still, even, I'm still gonna, show them some love and give them their flowers too. So to Andrea, when she may or may not see this, you know what I'm saying? I want to just talk about how grateful and thankful I am for you. I've been watching you from afar, and again, someone I haven't met, despite we're from the same city, but we run into each other eventually. And I'm just so proud of you, how with the both your brand names, encouraging people, to eat their veggies and encouraging people to not get kind of stuck into the workforce with the F that job, you know what I'm saying? T-shirt brand and company that you have, you know what I mean? I'm so proud of you, grateful for you, and may things continue to grow in abundance for you. And you be blessed tenfold.
Mm-hmm.
Also, let me shout out Benji, um, Yahweh, Benji Lynn Yahweh. And so I'm grateful for you, Queen. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for y'all support. You've been on a couple of different of my programs. You recently was on From Her Point of View talk show. I appreciate your support. I've interviewed you, really enjoyed that and just kind of learned a little bit more about you. And I'm just really grateful that what I mean, that you also are in my life, and I'm just so proud of you. And if it wasn't for, shout out to DJ King Assassin, who suggested, like, man, you need to interview her. You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad that I took his advice. And you know you were very inspirational and very spiritual, and I just love it. And I actually want to add that I got a message from her earlier. She said that her radiator blew up, and then her phone died, and so she was immobile and didn't even have her mobile
Wow.
phone. You know what I'm saying? Everything was all bad. So that's the reason why she's not here today. And Andrea, right now, she obviously is having reception problems because she just got off the plane and things of that nature, a little displaced where she was at. But again, back to Benji real quick. I love you, and may God continue to bless you tenfold, and may things come to you in great abundance, and everything that you dream for, may it come to you quickly. You know what I'm saying? And surprisingly, and she has a new movie again. Like, I want to add, I ain't grown yet, so make sure y'all look out for that movie as well. So I appreciate everyone again for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm not gonna take this for granted. You know what I'm saying? Just being able to meet both of you all and just share this night with you all, and you know what I mean. And thank you again for everyone that tuned in. Miss Rita Ann Reese tuned in and says, "Hey sis."
My sister.
Okay.
Thank you.
Love
Thank you.
you, sis.
Peace, Queen Rita. Yeah, and just hey, continue to support everyone here. I highly recommend it. You already know if anybody asks, I said it. That's I said in management. You can
Hey,
Google me. You
Yeah.
can tune in. You can share this video. Is how you can support me. And all I ask is, hey, if you enjoyed this content today, please subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Remind people what we're doing over here. You know what I mean? I'm all about trying to empower our people, wake up the community,
yes.
help the community, and support and empower our women. You know what I'm saying? And I actually that's just what I do. This is how I choose to live my life. I'm a single man with no children, at 44 years old, because this is really what I live. This is my life. I've dedicated myself to this. I've been out since 2001 is when I became a poet, a spoken word artist. That's how I chose to start helping the community through my words of wisdom, trying to share that of things that I learned, worked with a magazine, Chicago Bridge magazine for 17 years. Just a little bit of my background. Started, I said, in management in around 2016. Been doing my interviews since 2013. Started doing graphics, videography 2013. I've been hosting my own events since 2013, and also collaborate with people, doing advertising and marketing, whatever, what I'm saying, anything that's going to help bring our people together. And I'm all about trying to do it yourself, save a little bit of money at the end of the day, what I'm saying? So that's how I end up doing it, a lot of stuff. I'm like, why would I pay if I can just take a little time to teach myself to do it? And so I've been
Yeah.
privileged to be around a lot of great people, and, what I'm saying, and be inspired to want to just, hey, and give me the confidence to say, hey, just do it yourself. And shout out to Roy Ayers, because I was around him for 17 years. He was the senior music editor of the Chicago Bridge magazine. Um, I don't know if you're familiar with him, Matt, but I know Lady Joe definitely know who Roy Ayers is. So it was a famous song called
Send me.
"Everybody Love the Sunshine."
And you
He
send
made
me.
that in 1968,
Wow.
and he's the most sampled artist of all time, next to
Wow.
James Brown.
Hmm.
Where did
And
Royers
he's
come
working on
from?
like,
Where
I'm
was he
sorry,
born?
say that again.
Where was he born? You know?
Manhattan.
Gotcha.
Yep, he's from New York also,
Mhm.
like Matt. So
Yeah.
yeah,
North,
so
up
yeah,
north.
just so yeah, so shout out to everybody. Much love to everybody. Thank you all for everyone that's ever supported my brand. You never know what tomorrow brings. So
Yep.
just show love and call that person that you ain't talked to in a while. Don't hold grudges. It gets real old. You know what I'm saying? Don't be
Yes.
so stubborn that you
Facts.
can't call someone
So
back over something
stubborn.
petty.
Life is too
Keep just
short.
showing love. That's right.
That's
That
it.
way, man.
Yep.
Yep, it is. Keep a smile on your face.
That's
And
right.
eat right.
Eat right.
Exercise.
Eat right.
Yeah,
Moderation.
Yep.
absolutely. So
Thank
again, today's topic, if you all missed it, it was about what we spoke about was America's addiction to sugar leading to obesity. And we really talked about it. We really dug deep into this subject. And man, I suggest that when you see this, rewind it because it's worth it. That's all I gotta say. Man, both of you all have a blessed night,
thank
great
you.
night. Thank
You
you so
too.
much. And man, keep in touch. But you already know how to be on y'all heels.
Sure.
I'll be
Yeah.
at you anytime. If you need something and if I can help, I would love to help.
And
Thank
my
you. Thank you.
as well. I would love to help as well.
Absolutely.
No problem.
Good.
See you in
Much
Atlanta,
love.
Matt.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good fashion scene down there too. Yeah.
See you in
For
Atlanta.
real.
You need to
That's
come.
right.
I think it's October. I think the 13th. What? I'll let you know.
I don't know if I can do then. I have two
Oh,
things. I got two things I'm waiting to hear back from. So,
okay. Because it would be a nice show for you to come visit and get to.
but
Yeah.
I,
So
fo-
we'll talk
I
about
follow.
that.
I followed you, so just keep me posted what you got
I
going
will.
on.
Okay. See, I'm working already.
Already.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's what it's meant to be. So
All
again,
right.
God bless everybody that tuned in, everybody that's still here. And
Yes.
man, enjoy the rest of y'all night. you know, and have a safe weekend and a safe Labor Day too. Enjoy y'all
Definitely.
holiday
That's right.
weekend. Be safe.
You too. Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
y'all.
No
you.
drinking and driving.
Oh, I want to shout out to my son. My youngest son. It's his birthday today.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
Virgo
sir. Happy
Yeah.
gang.
birthday.
Him and Michael
Happy
Jackson,
Oh.
right?
birthday.
Yeah, he's 23 today.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah. He left
All right.
7 days after he graduated college. Gone. I was like, where'd you go? You're by myself now. Oh no. But yeah, so shout out to Ty Renz.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Congratulations. Shout out to
Hey,
him. Happy birthday,
See
man.
y'all.
Many
thank
more.
you. See ya. Shut us down.
Peace and blessings.
Because you know I
I
don't know how to
said
do it. So shut us down.
it. All right. I'll holler back.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Yes, sir. I'm gonna go ahead and actually share a couple of flyers because you know, again, I do a lot of different stuff on my platform. So actually, this is the next event that I'm doing. This is my fashion show, y'all, that's coming up. So anyone
Ah,
that's in the area, yes, I would love for you all to come and attend. That would be really great. I don't know why my other flyers not there. That I'm not
what day is it?
up.
You know I don't have
Yeah,
my
so this
glasses.
is
I'm not putting
September
them
the
on.
4th.
When
Nah,
is
no
it?
worries. September 14th.
Oh, I'll be in
Yeah,
Portugal.
yeah, yeah, no worries.
Yes.
But
Should I cancel?
no, definitely not. I'm
Okay,
not worth
okay.
it. No, I wouldn't say all that.
And
Did you good
Spain.
to
I
go to
forgot this. I
Portugal?
forgot I'm going to Spain as well. I forgot about that too.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you got you definitely got a lot lined up.
Yeah, I do. Yep.
Yep.
So
So definitely, for those that can make it, hopefully you all can go ahead and show up, and you know it's free entry, and we do have VIP tickets. What the VIP ticket includes is you will be able to receive a drink, you'll be able to receive food. We got some good food. We have three sponsors, food sponsors, and you know you'll be able to receive a raffle ticket, and it's a surprise. What I said it will be given away, so y'all definitely do not want to miss this. Now, with that being said, on September the 5th, virtually on this platform, we also have another show called Scar Tissue. This is a
that's
new show that we recently started, and this is for anyone that suffers from any type of physical scars. And so this is our next guest, Miss Tamara Knighton.
hmm.
Actually, it's blocking her name, so let me take that off. Yeah, her name is Tamara Knighton, and she's actually a burn victim survivor. And she's going to be able to tell her story about how she survived, you know, being burned at an early age. And it's hosted by my good friend out of Detroit. Her name is Selena Turner. She's a published author, and she has a book right now. And so man, just want to keep up with this show. It's definitely for people who have suffered from self-esteem issues because of scars that they have, physical scars.
Yeah.
So whether you a gunshot victim, whether you were depressed and self-inflicted scars to yourself, you are still welcome to come here and tell your story. You know what I mean? If you was in a car accident, you know what I'm saying, you might have a deformity that left scars, or you know what I mean, whatever the case may be, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? We want to hear your story and remind you that you are still beautiful, because at the end of the day, we are made in the image of God, Jesus Christ. So, you know what I mean? We are all good, and, you know, forget what anybody say, you know what I'm saying? You know, we just want to hear your story because people assume they see things and people look a certain way, and we don't even know the story. So we want you to share your story. You can contact me about this, if not through social media. Email I said it management@gmail.com, and just put in the subject line scar tissue. So now with that being said, we also, this is where we're here today. This is us. And that's my beautiful friend Lady Joe that y'all had the pleasure of seeing all episode. Um so then also I have another show that comes on the last Sunday of every month, and this is called Food Chronicles with Mimie. And I said, see, there's Mimie. This
There
is
she
who
is.
you hosted this show with me. She's out of Atlanta. So if you all haven't connected, Lady
Not
Joe,
yet. Not yet.
yeah, y'all definitely gotta connect because y'all both are powerhouses. You know what I'm saying? And Atlanta's so
Yeah.
big, I understand. There's so many great people doing big things, but it would be great if you all came together as well.
Yeah, it
She
would be
does film
nice.
directing. little bit of everything.
Right.
And
I
she's
probably
actually
saw her at an event and didn't know who she was. So we
great.
probably
Yeah,
travel the
definitely
same
have to cross
circles.
paths.
Mhm. Food
Absolutely. But this
chronicles.
is
That's
food.
me. Food. Love food.
Yeah. Food Chronicles, Mimi and I said it, and soon we'll be start doing some interviews with people who like to eat, like
Yeah.
us. You
Like,
know what
oh
I'm
yeah.
saying? And people who have food
Oh yeah.
products, might have a food truck or something that you might have what's a recipe book.
Hmm.
You might have anything. You might just be a chef or anything like that. So we want to hear from you, and we have a few sponsors right now. So shout out to Essie's Healthy Heart Delish, and that's a sauce. And then shout out to my friend Cinnamon, Sinful Sauce. Sinful Sauce is out of Houston, and then the Delish, Healthy Heart Delish is out of Chicago. So shout out to both of them queens who are sponsoring our show
Shout
right now.
out.
Yes,
Am I
I'm
gonna
all
get a
about trying.
sample? You're gonna
Yeah,
send us
definitely
a
come on
sample?
the show. We're gonna make it happen.
Okay.
Shout out to my brother right here in Progressive Minds. He does some of the similar like what we do on the square table, but he's out of Chicago, but streams out of Nigeria as well. And so, it's all about just we just trying to show love to everybody, what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just want to shout him out on this show because I was on his show and he has great conversations over there too. So stay tuned in with what he does as well, please. And then real quick, we want to share. What do I want to share? So yeah, so this is my other show. Right now, we're actually on break. Right now, we're on our 3 month break. These ladies, these beautiful ladies right here. That's Giselle, and then that's Lily the Goddess. Giselle's out of Chicago. Lily the Goddess is actually out of Florida. That's the one Flawless Dreams who checked in and said yay, who I mentioned earlier. And so
Nice.
yeah, this is a show about relationships. So I ask you all to go ahead and support this show as well when you have time, if ever have time. And then real quick, what I'm gonna do is if you don't have it yet, this is what I'm wearing. This is one of my hats. But I'm wearing the all black everything. But I have the pink, I got the white and blue, I got the yellow and white, I even have red and white um red and white. So, if you don't have your hat yet, you definitely want to order your exclusive branded I Said It management hat and get in the game. You know what I'm saying? This
I
is a
said it.
trucker's hat, and we got the shirts, t-shirts, we got hoodies, we got all types of stuff, and that's the reason why I went on and opened a boutique, and that's the reason why I do fashion shows because it helps me to highlight my brand and to also use it to highlight other people's brands as well. And so this is the one flyer that I. Oh no! Oh shoot! Okay, I'm sorry. I'm talking to myself. Okay,
Mm.
so yeah, I'm trying to upload this last picture so that I can show you all. Yep. So it's coming on the screen. It's loading right now. Thank you all for all your support. And this is the other part of my fashion show right here. And so again, we have two performers and a speaker. And so September is a very, very important month when it comes to awarenesses, different awarenesses. And it's actually Suicidal Prevention Awareness Month as well in the month of September, along with sickle cell anemia awareness and a whole lot of others. But She Bananas will be speaking candidly and openly about the preventions of suicide prevention and how maybe her words can help you and what she has been through in her life. Um, then we have a performing artist, Giselle, who will be singing and playing her guitar. And then we have Honey, who's going to be doing a nice choreographed dance for us. You know what I'm saying? So then up top, we have our sponsors, we have designers, food sponsors, our vendors. So again, everybody that's part of this, I'm so grateful. This is all September the 14th. And this is another reason why you want to be in the building if you are able. I'm done. I know y'all didn't think it'd ever end, but I'm done now. I promise y'all I'm done. I'm done talking because I'm hungry. All this that made me hungry. What about you, Lady Joe? What you
I'm
about to
gonna
eat?
remember. Yeah, some
You have a
spinach. I
glass.
had some spinach, mushrooms, shrimp. What else I got in there? I'm gonna saute everything. Asparagus. Oh yeah, I got to
Mm,
finish it up before it goes bad. You know, fruits and vegetables, they don't last too long anymore. So I gotta
yeah,
saute them tonight. Mhm.
yeah. I'm gonna try not to go to my place and eat some cereal.
No, no, throw that junk away. A lot of our cereals not even sold in the other countries.
Right.
They're not.
Mhm.
You know that? Fruit
Nah, for
Loops.
real.
That's for one of them. Fruit Loops. That tells you
I
right
got
there.
Fruit Loops. I got Fruit Loops too.
See, I know
I
you
got
do. If
all
you
the
got
cereal.
15 boxes, you got everything.
15 boxes.
Throw that junk away. Throw it away. I mean, I eat
No.
bad, and I mean, today I'm going to eat good. You heard what I'm cooking. Because
Right.
I was getting ready to go order some pizza, but I figured,
Right.
I'm on the show for a reason, so I'm going to start. Like I said, I'm
No,
gonna start.
absolutely. But again, so proud of you. Thank you so much for being
Thank you.
here today and having both my back and Mimi's back today by being
Yes,
an invited guest celebrity co-host. And we really appreciated you today. And I just look forward to bring you back on another podcast now that you all warmed up.
I'm all warmed up, huh? Or was it
You ready
the
now?
amaretto and cranberry juice?
Nah, it was us. It was
It
me
was
and
us.
Matt. Me and Matt got you ready. Me and Matt had you warmed up and
It's just
prepared to
cranberry
do this.
juice.
But
I was
Matt,
just
it was Matt's first time too. I
yeah,
would
he
never
did
been
very
able to
well.
tell. He did great. He
Yeah,
did
well,
really
because he's an
great.
actor. He's all that. I was waiting for him to
Yeah.
do some bodybuilding stuff and take off his shirt or whatever, just to see but I guess
Well, I guess you should have asked. Closed
no,
mouth don't get fed, right?
not me.
Okay. Well, with that being said, you got his inbox. I mean, you got his information. You can inbox. You get your,
You're
get
so
all
bad.
your.
But thank you. I truly appreciate, and I'm proud of you and what you're
No,
doing.
thank
I truly am. And we
you.
converse a lot, and so I'm just so glad that to be honest with you, that Mimi was out today, and I got that opportunity that I wasn't going to take, but I felt
Yeah.
as though that, yeah, I mean, you're a good guy, you're smart, you got it going on, you're busy, and you took your time instead of grieving. You did what you needed to do, and this is wonderful, and you're showcasing people that you're bringing them to the table. You're showcasing people that needs to have that platform that you're giving them, and it's wonderful. And I do truly appreciate you and all what you do. I didn't know everything you've done, but now I do. I just thought you'd just give me
No,
a hard
thank
time trying to always interview me. It's like, okay, here he is.
you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I don't do interviews. I don't do that.
Right. Yeah,
But
I've been
yeah,
on I've been on Miss Lady Joe's heel trying to get an interview with her, and she's like, I don't do that.
I'll do it.
So but now something in the universe tells me that she's ready now.
Oh, you think? Shut it
She
down. Shut
ready.
it down. Not really.
Really.
No, not
Now
really. I like to do
you
my
can't go
show.
back ghost. There's no going back now.
Oh
There's no
yeah,
going back. Nope.
yeah, it
We
is.
got to move forward. You know the rules. Once we hit a certain plateau in life, we
But
gotta
you should
keep moving
also know
forward.
I break all rules. People know me that I don't, and I'm not consistent. People know me that way too. So there you have it.
Okay, well, we'll talk more about this.
Yes, we will. Yes, we
Yeah,
will. Well, thank you,
but
dear.
no,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you. No, thank
And
you.
thanks for
Peace to
everyone
you.
who tuned in. Truly appreciate
Yes,
it. Mhm. Yep.
absolutely. And
That
if
was
you
so,
didn't know, again, this is the Square Table Talk
yes.
Show Season 3, where you can get back in your square only on the Square Table with me and today, Lady Joe.
Who's
All
the
right,
baddest?
peace to
Who's the
y'all.
baddest podcast? Square Table.
I said it, the Square Table.
Bye
No, I
bye, dear.
appreciate you. Peace, Queen. Much love to you.
Thanks.
Enjoy your night.
I will. Thank you. You too.
Absolutely.
Shut me down because I don't know how. Shut me down.
I want to cover the screen. Uh, yeah, with this. I
There
said
you go.
management.
There
Peace
it
out.
is. Thanks.
Blessings.